called Stop LAPD Spying Coalition. Their protest and their press conference is underway right now. You can see some people gathering here. People are giving speeches to talk about their concerns over the LAPD's drone program. They say that this is concerning because this is a move towards further militarization of the department. They have concerns over random surveillance as well as the privacy, the overall privacy and safety of citizens here in LA. So,
no way, you guys would shoot me because of the melanin in my skin. You would blow me up just by thinking I had something. Then plant something to make it look like I had it.
Drones are military, unmanned aerial vehicles that are controlled remotely by operators on the ground. The use of drones is expanding into the civilian sphere for commercial and law enforcement purposes. But the people of LA are fighting back.
Stop lying! We found out yesterday at the police commission meeting that they were going to happen today simultaneously in 4 other locations. We were actively searching the website for when these events were going to occur, and we didn't find them. We have Cynthia McLean-Hill, one of the police commissioners, on record stating that it was an abomination, the type of outreach that was done for this event. And as you can see right now, we have a total of 13 people in the room. There's actually almost more officers here than there are actual people here that are concerned about this issue.
2 weeks ago, you approved a pilot program for the use of drones by the LAPD, much to the rejection and dismay of the community. So I just wanted to ask, when will the schedule be posted for the outreach and the rest of the stuff?
It has been posted numerous times. It's posted now. It's posted on the internet.
Are the events posted?
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
Where is it posted?
They're posted online, and if you'd like, we'll get a list of them, and I'll have available to you, okay?
Okay. And
today.
These include all the outreach events?
These are the 4 events that, I believe the 4 events is what that's at. I'll get that for you today.
I think those meetings are tomorrow, so we'll have to get you.
No, I'm going to get the list today.
It's been posted for a week.
Where?
Whoa.
it's not on your website. All over the world.
Is it on whose website is it posted on?
They announced these 4 meetings yesterday through the media. What does that tell us? That's exactly how they will roll out the drones, in a sneaky way. That's their culture, that's their practice.
It's been challenged.
Just saying.
We can't find it. We can't find it.
I'm not saying you can't find it. I'm saying I did.
That's on purpose. Why don't you tell us what the website is? Why don't you show us?
Tell us which website. Tell us specifically.
Tell us.
We will within the next minute, okay?
You're not tricking anybody.
Okay.
Next speaker, are you done, or is your time still going?
Thank you.
That's the LAPD website under alerts.
Yeah, LAPD online.
Not under your news media reports, or not under your LAPD outreach or the commission or the Inspector General outreach. Where you have
There have also been public announcements released.
You know, before the next speaker, I do think it is abominable and really does fly in the face of our rhetoric to have an item of such obvious public interest be disseminated in a way that people that are looking for it can't find it. And it's like other things that we do. We can say, we can be technically right. It's posted, but information that we want out gets out. And it is hard to imagine that information that people are looking for that they can't find isn't being buried. And we will stand on this idea that we did public outreach and got public input, but it is just not credible when we do these kinds of things.
Will you review?
She's speaking. Have some manners.
Are you finished?
But we wanted to ensure that if we were going to dip our toe in this water, it had to be done with input, respect from the community.
I'm just curious, we're in Westwood right here, which is primarily I think a pretty white community. And I'm just wondering the decision not to hold a community meeting about the use of drones by the police, why there's not one right now in South LA, where, I think people the community would really have concerns about, the targeting and police abuse. Why in Westwood, of all places?
These community meetings were not well publicized. I only learned about this yesterday.
I think it was intentional not letting people know because you knew that and you were planning these forums for a long time. And you decided to let us know, which for me is like when your friends don't invite you to the last minute. They don't want you to go.
I just want to show the public what the LAPD is doing. This is the LAPD's architecture of surveillance. And what it's mapped out is that one of the different technologies where the drone fits in. What you have on this is, and I'll put it right here, you have the suspicious activity reporting, you have the iWatch, you have their intelligence gathering guidelines, you have predictive policing, you have trapwire technology. This camera, this information that sucks up your body image in real time and transmits into these spy centers. You have the Stingray that this gentleman talked about.
Police illegally use secret Stingray surveillance equipment without warrants. They're stealing your cell phone data, your metadata, and all of your contacts without a warrant.
The dirt boxes, the license plate readers, now the body cameras are going to be paired up with facial recognition technology, biometrics technology, and advancing artificial intelligence. So what you have now, and that's where the drones come in. The high definition cameras are installed in these helicopters that pick up all your information with incredibly sensitive cameras. And then of course we talked about the rest of it.
And here, this is my favorite one, in Anaheim, the Anaheim Police Department now, instead of calling them Stingrays, when you put them on planes, they're called dirt boxes. And the Anaheim Sheriff's Department actually flew over Disneyland, one of the most popular tourist destinations in the world. It's supposed to be one of the friendliest places or the happiest place on earth, not if people are stealing your information.
So what Horace Frank, and one thing, because he was a commander of the Central Division in LAPD, when the LAPD themselves were busted in late 2012, early 2013, for 289 times of using the Stingray without people knowing. The same information went to North Dakota, and the same thing happened, that it's not going to be used for this, it's not going to be used for that. In August of 2015, what did the state of North Dakota do? They passed legislation to equip police drones with non-lethal weapons, with tasers, with rubber bullets, with tear gas, with pepper spray.
Hopefully this information is helping us craft our guidelines for
Hopefully?
deployment.
How are you gathering information and the perspectives expressed here today, and so that you can present that, so that you can share it and use that for your decision making?
I think just, I guess, discussing the natural apprehension of some folks here tonight and not trusting our proposed deployment.
So what notes have you taken?
I've taken a lot of notes. It's being recorded. I mean,
It is being recorded?
Yes.
So is that going to be transcribed and quantified in some way and presented to the police commission in terms of the fact that every single person here said no?
I don't know.
So that so if the answer, well, like why would it not just be yes?
The majority of the folks did not want us.
Every person. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty easy to, like that's kind of the bottom line of what was presented. However, that's not to take away from the perspectives that were shared, and that is the important part. And I would think that that would be the purpose, like if you actually are caring about the experiences of the folks in this community and what their experiences are with the police and their perspectives and how they feel about it, like all of that, I would hope is what you would be wanting to capture and communicate back, right?
Correct.
Who is to say that you wouldn't put the drone over a First Amendment protected demonstration?
The thousands of people we've interacted with are opposed to this. And I guarantee you, if this would have been done with a couple weeks' notice on different days, this would have been a whole other ballgame, and you all would have had a lot of very angry people.
All of us are aware of drones and how anxiety-provoking they can be. I have spent over 35 years as an educator. I know that my children are worried about police, ICE, about drones, about surveillance, and this is a very important issue impacting the children of Los Angeles.
I think this will only increase public anxiety.
And how much to pay people to learn to fly it, and then when you gather the information, you have to store that information and process it. How much for all of that?
As far as the rate of officers, I can't really.
And also the storage of information.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The storage of information, for the software and the hardware that you use. I sit in meetings at the police commission all the time, and we hear like sometimes millions of dollars in grants being passed just for data storage systems. So for all this information that you're collecting all the time. So this would be feeding into this. We're not just talking about the cost of this piece of technology. You're talking about maintenance and training of people, and then the storage of the information, the processing of the information. There's a whole bunch, and it's going to be more and more and more.
As far as the storage of data, that's what the pilot program is for. We don't have the guidelines established yet or given to us by the Board of Police Commissioners.
That must be nice.
We're not taking video.
Or taking pictures, whatever it is.
We're not taking.
You know, it just sounds like that typical slippery slope. You know, it seems to defy common sense to me, anyway. And maybe you could disabuse me of that. That it's only going to be taking video and then it's not going to be saved. Nothing to worry about.
What's going to be archived, what is not. I know that there is, scientific investigation division is the record keeper for this type of data for the organization. So we're developing that and having that discussion now.
Once people realized that Seattle actually kicked out their drones, they did not trust their law enforcement. They said they do not want them. Seattle does not have drones. So there's also a precedent of community members saying no. We don't want them.
I have had a history with LAPD, especially with your officers, and let me just say, if you guys can't even handle a little girl crying because she's having a psychotic breakdown, and you're like throwing her and tasing her because she's not acting right, you guys cannot handle this, and it's just so ridiculous, and it's just no. We shouldn't even be having to say please, it's just no.
That's a wrap. Not many people here, a lot of people opposed to drone use, a lot of people who don't trust the LAPD, total of 13 people present. So this really shows what a failure they are at even, trying to get the message out that drones exist. So neighborhood council members were here, completely opposed to drones. So I think that as far as we go, we say no drones, LA.
So no drones. No drones.
No drones.